Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, Tara Chambler is a character that has been on The Walking Dead for 6 seasons. She was introduced in Season 4, Episode 6, and she was recently killed off yesterday. Recently. I say recently, but it was yesterday. She was killed off yesterday in Season 9, Episode 15. So, for a Walking Dead character, she had a fairly good run. And I wasn't even sure if I should make this video covering this because, like I said, it just happened yesterday. She was just killed off yesterday. A lot of people are still devastated. You know, a lot of people are still licking their wounds. But on the other hand, I liked her a lot. I liked her character a lot. I've liked her character ever since I first watched Season 4, Episode 6. I watched it like the day it premiered. I remember it. I remember her introduction. That was back in 2013. Jesus Christ. A long time ago. I always liked her. I always rooted for her. Every season she survived was a win for me. I always really liked the character and actress. So I'm right there with you. I'm upset too. You know, I'm hurting too. So just keep that in mind. I do really, really like her, and you know, I know it just happened, but I'm right there with you. I'm in pain too. Plus, because it just happened yesterday, I figured maybe this would be something that a lot of people would want to talk about. It would be something that a lot of people would want to debate about. It would be relevant. So, yeah. As far as her character goes, like I said, I've always loved the character. I like the actress. You know, Elena Masterson is a beautiful, talented woman. She's funny. For those of you that don't know, she was supposed to die in her like second or third episode, but the writers changed their mind because they like the actress, and I don't blame them. I like the actress too. I think she has a certain charm, and you know, she's witty and she's also someone that some people don't like. I mean, I don't know, you know, like the percentage of people that liked her, the percentage that loved her, the percentage that hated her, but it did seem for a while, especially during the 2-month gap in the middle of Season 9, there was a lot of people hating Tara. It just came out of nowhere. I remember like a year ago, Tara was okay. There weren't a lot of people that were, I mean, there were some people that hated Tara, but, you know, it wasn't like this big thing like it is now. Now you can't go on the internet, you can't go on a Walking Dead YouTube video, and you can't visit anything Walking Dead on the internet without at least 1 million people saying, I hate Tara, I hate Tara, Tara needs to die, Tara is useless, Tara is fat, Tara is useless, she needs to die, she's been on too long, she does nothing. And it's usually just like the same, just like recycled shit. Some of it doesn't even make sense. I do believe that there are some certain people that do truly hate the character and do have you know, their reasons for it, and I respect that. I respect other people's opinions, but some people just look like idiots when they do it. When they're just going on YouTube comments saying, "Oh, Tara's a cow. Oh, she's useless. Oh, she's she's not useless. She has done plenty of things on the show. She has contributed a lot. She has had a lot of character development. If you don't know that, you just weren't paying attention, or you're just not very bright. But yeah, she had done a lot in her run on the show. She didn't do too much in Season 6, and in Season 7, she spent a chunk of, actually Season 6 and 7, she spent a chunk of those seasons just being away because she was going to get more supplies, and then she met the Oceanside people. And in real life, that's because the actress was pregnant and she was about to give birth, so she took a break for that. But that was like, 10, 11 episodes straight without Tara? And that was like the back half of Season 6 and the first half of Season 7, somewhere in the middle of those. And that's why some people are saying that she's useless, just because you had to go like 11 episodes without seeing her character that one time. But no, she's not useless. She had a lot of character development. She introduced the Oceanside people to Rick's group, and she had the romance with Denise Cloyd, and that developed Denise Cloyd. She contributed a lot to Daryl and Dwight's character development. There was that whole entire subplot during season 8 where Tara was just bloodthirsty and wanting to slaughter all the saviors, and Jesus was trying to stop her and convince her that not all the saviors are bad, and Alden was one of the saviors, and Tara would have just shot and killed Alden. Good thing she didn't, looking back on it now. And that was a really big important part of season 8 was the saviors, and they're not all bad, and some of them should be kept alive and join forces with the good guys. And Tara was a big part of that, and she was a big part of Dwight's story. And Dwight was a big character. A big part of Dwight's story was Tara hating him and Tara trying to kill him, and Tara pretty much forced him to go back to pretending to be a savior when he was actually with the good guys. She kept trying to kill him, so he had to go to the saviors and continue to be a double agent because that was his only choice. And later on, Dwight does the right thing, and he chooses not to kill Tara or shoot her with an infected arrow when every other character that got shot, stabbed, injured, it was infected with zombie gunk, and they all turned and they died and turned to walkers. Tara was the only one that didn't, and she changed a little bit from that, and she reflected on that and said that Dwight chose not to kill her. Dwight saved her life. So yeah, I mean, she did a lot. She did a lot in season 8 and season 9. She's the fucking leader of a community. I mean, how much more relevant can you get than that? And then there's those people that complain about her being overweight or calling her a cow or calling her fat. And those people, I just want to strangle them. And I mean, I just how stupid and immature can you be to say things like that? She gave birth to a child. I mean, you try doing that. You let me know how easy it is to lose every bit of weight you gain in your body. I mean, that's not easy. And she even said publicly that she kept it because she kept some of her body fat because she wanted to breastfeed the baby and keep the baby healthy and stuff like that. And I can understand that. I mean, she's in her 30s. I know that this is hard for some feeble brains to understand, but a woman in their 30s, guess what? They're not all 90 pounds. They're not all Barbie dolls. They're not all sticks. That's just not the way the real world works. So, just kind of smack yourself in the face a few times and wake the fuck up. And it's, don't call her a cow. That's just stupid. That's really immature. But yeah, I mean, as far as her death goes, to me, the only thing that I'm kind of struggling with is why did they give Hilltop so many leaders in one season? First there was Maggie, she was the leader of Hilltop, and then she left. And then there's Jesus, he was the leader of Hilltop for 5 seconds, and then he died. And then there's Tara, she's the leader of Hilltop for 5 seconds, and then she dies. Like, poor Hilltop. When is there going to be a leader that lasts more than 5 minutes? Like, damn. I was kind of wondering, why did they give her that role in the show? Why did they make her the leader of Hilltop just to kill her off? I mean, I kind of felt like she had a little more potential. I think Tara as the leader of Hilltop was something that could have been interesting in season 10. It would have been interesting to see where that goes. Maybe they just did it to make us think she's safe. Like, oh, well, they just made this main character a leader of a community. Well, they're not going to kill her off. Maybe that it was just a red herring. But I want to give them a chance. I want to give the story a chance. I mean, I've loved most of season 9, if not all of season 9. I want to give Angela Kang and the writers a chance. With the Hilltop leader thing, and maybe they're gonna bring Maggie back, and Maggie goes back to being the leader of Hilltop. I don't know. To me, that was the only big thing that I was kind of awkward about. Like why give her that position if she's just gonna die 5 seconds later? Like, what's the point of that? But as far as her death goes, and this is hard. This is a hard one, and this is a tricky one because, do I think she was killed off too soon? Do I think she should have been in season 10, season 11? There's a part of me that does. There's a part of me that would have liked for Tara to have continued to beat the odds. I mean, it's just amazing how we've had her all these years, ever since 2013. It's 2019 now. Ever since 2013, Tara has been someone that was out there and, alive. She was a major character that was alive in The Walking Dead. It's been like that for so long now. And now she's dead. It really is kind of like the end of an era. And it's kind of unsettling and disturbing to have a character that you're so used to being alive for the past 6 years of your life in real life, being dead and gone now all of a sudden, just like that, boom, and you have to adjust to that. It's sort of like Glenn. I mean, that's one of the longest living characters that died on The Walking Dead other than Glenn and Carl. I can't even think of anyone else. So yeah, I mean, it was a big, huge loss, and I always liked that she was alive. For me, my thing with The Walking Dead was it was always killing off my favorite characters. Like, it was always in a big hurry to kill off my favorite characters. It seemed like when I really liked a character, they would only be on the show for 5 minutes and then they would die. I mean, I remember back in season 5 where my favorite characters were like Beth, Bob, and Tyrese. Lucky me, right? And then my favorite characters that were still alive after that were Glenn and Abraham. Lucky me, right? and then, basically, other than, for a while, my two big favorite characters that weren't dead were, Tara and Morgan. I mean, it's really hard for a character that I like to live on this show. I mean, Tara and Morgan were two of my favorites back in season 8. As far as alive characters, they were two of my favorite characters. And with Morgan, I mean, he had to sort of break the rules. He would leave in season 1, he would be in season 3, and then leave. He'd show up at the end of season 5, and then he'd leave at season 8. And he is a character that I really like, and he is still alive. But that wasn't an easy challenge. He had to keep leaving the show just to stay alive. He had to be careful. he didn't want to stay on the show too long because then he'd get killed. But yeah, it was really nice having a character I really liked on The Walking Dead that did live, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, oh shit, 4 seasons, oh shit, 5, oh shit, 6, and now she's dead. But as far as, do I think she was killed off too soon? Overall, I'm probably going to have to say no. And that's hard to say, and it's painful to say, and I hate it. And for those of you that like Tara Chambler, I hope you're not upset or disappointed to hear that, because you need to understand I really, really like the character. But she did have a fairly good run, sort of like how Glenn, I like Glenn okay, but he had a fairly good run. I mean, that's one of the key things I want with the character on The Walking Dead. I'm not blind. I'm not a dumbass. I know that The Walking Dead pretty much has to kill everyone, other than Daryl. Pretty much everyone has to die. I'm not. I mean, that's not lost on me. But what I usually care about the most is that the character gets enough screen time. They get enough story. They feel complete when they're killed off. Characters like Tyrese and Abraham, I just desperately wish they got more material before they got killed off. Merle, I wish he got more material before he got killed off. Tara Chambler, she did okay. She was on the show for 6 seasons. She had a fair amount of screen time. She had good character development, good lines, good dynamics, good scenes. I think she was fairly complete, and The Walking Dead does need to kill off characters pretty constantly, pretty regularly. And, in season 9, Rosita and Ezekiel would have been the big ones if they had followed the comics, but they decided not to. They decided to trick the fans. I was pretty damn sure Ezekiel and Rosita were going to get their comic deaths. I've made countless videos about it. And it seemed like they kind of, I mean, who are the bigger characters? Tara, Enid, Henry? So what do you want to say? They traded Rosita and Ezekiel for Tara and Enid? Or Tara and Henry? I don't know. I do feel like Tara in some way got traded for Rosita and Ezekiel in some way. And between Tara, Rosita, and Ezekiel, if I had to kill one of them and make one of them the heads on spikes, I would have picked Tara. I mean, I like Ezekiel. Ezekiel's interesting, and he was introduced in season 7, and there's just something about Ezekiel, I feel, and I think some other people feel the same way, that with Rick and Maggie's departure, there's just something about Ezekiel. You kind of want Ezekiel to stick around. I mean, he is. I mean, there was the widow, the king, and Rick, right? Well, now we literally just have the king, so maybe we should keep the king. I mean, he's a leader. He's a strong leader, and with Rick gone, maybe Ezekiel needed to stay longer. And Rosita, oh my goodness, she's just so perfect. I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do with Rosita. I mean, I felt like her story was complete and they were setting her up for death, but I think they just wanted us to think that. I don't think Rosita's story is over. I think that I hope she doesn't get killed off in the beginning of season 10 or anything, but I am looking forward to what they're going to do with that character. And with Tara, yeah, I mean, there had to be a big death. There had to be at least one main cast member on those heads. If the heads on spikes didn't have a main cast member, it just would have been kind of lame. And yeah, it was tricky because we lost Rick and Maggie. Jesus got killed. Carl got killed last season. Morgan and Dwight went to Fear the Walking Dead. So, how many main cast members do you want to put on the heads on spikes? Tara and Enid were both main cast members, so it was 2 main cast members that were heads on spikes, and then Henry was the third big character. Then there was a few supporting characters, a few minor characters, but I think they pretty much made the right decision as far as who they killed and who they didn't kill. There's a lot of characters I really, really care about that I really, really like that I was worried were going to be heads on spikes, and they're alive. I mean, I like Cal, I like Deanne, I like Jerry, I like Nabila, I like Luke, I like Alden, obviously Rosita and Ezekiel. And so, yeah, I mean, someone had to go. Someone likable, someone that we had a connection to, someone that was a main character had to go. And I really didn't want it to be Rosita and Ezekiel. And I'm kind of glad that they made the decisions that they made. I mean, I didn't want Tara to die, but I don't want The Walking Dead to only kill characters I don't like. I mean, I do want The Walking Dead to kill characters that I like. So as far as this goes, I think it's okay. I think it works. I agree with it. I understand the reasoning behind it. Like I said, her being the leader of Hilltop kind of seems awkward since they were just going to kill her anyway. That just seems like the type of thing you don't do with the main character if you're about to kill them off. But maybe, like I said, that's what they want us to think, so she'd be not suspected as a death. But yeah, she died. But overall, I'm okay with her death. I mean, nothing is going to take away the fact that she was on 6 seasons of The Walking Dead. I mean, that's a big ass legacy. That's just 2 seasons, 1.5 less, really, 1.5 seasons less than Carl. She had a good run on The Walking Dead. There's not a lot of people on this earth that can say, I lasted 6 seasons of The Walking Dead. There's not a lot of people on this earth that can say that, I promise. As far as the actors go, the directors and stuff, that's different. But the actors, usually if you're an actor, you don't get to be on 6 seasons of The Walking Dead. Elena Masterson did. She had that good run. I don't know how much money they paid her. And she's been on the main cast for 3 years, so she must have been making at least some money. I hope she's rich. I hope she can not have to worry about, moving to a different place or, getting jobs and buying food stamps and stuff like that, making ends meet. I hope she's comfortable. I hope she made a decent amount of money. And if I was her, I would be proud of that character and that lifespan and that legacy. There's nothing really wrong with Tara's lifespan on The Walking Dead. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's a show that constantly kills characters. She did good. Tara Chambler was a good character that had a long, fleshed out story, who had a lot of different dynamics with different characters, had a lot of interesting moments, outlived so many other main characters. and she should be proud, and I'm proud of her. And yeah, I mean, it was good enough. I don't want every single character I like to just live forever, because there's a part of you that wants that, but there's also a part of you that's like, that's not a good story, So I think that Tara's death was good for the story, and unlike Rosita or Ezekiel, particularly, Rosita or Ezekiel, I don't think that they got rid of someone that I really wanted to see in season 10. I mean, I really wanted Ezekiel and Rosita in season 10, and I'm glad that we're getting them. So overall, I'm okay with Tara's death. There had to be sad deaths, and Tara had a good run. I'm proud of the actress, and I support the actress's future, and I wish her the best, and I just think that she should be proud. Anyway, that's all I have for this video, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now, we are at 455 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 500 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts, every bit of support matters, and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully, we can get to that goal of 500. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!